What's going on, guys? John Elder here from Codemy.com, and in this video, we're going to update our user from our dashboard for our app with Flask and Python. All right, like I said, in this video, we're going to add this ability to update a profile right on our user dashboard. Very handy. We're also going to add a link here in case you want to just have a separate page to update the user. We can do that as well. We'll look at both of those things in this video. So let's head over to our code. I'm using the Sublime Text Editor in the Get Bash terminal as always. And as always, you can find a link to the code in the pinned comment section below, as well as a link to the playlist with all the other Flask videos in this series. So check that out if you haven't so far. So let's head over to our hello.py file and come down to our dashboard function. And we've been working on this the last couple of videos. You can see there's nothing in here. We're just redirecting to this dashboard page. So, okay, that's fine, but we're gonna wanna put a lot of stuff in here if we wanna build this out and put the updating user stuff on that page. Now, if we head back to our app and hit reload, you can see this is what our dashboard looks like right now. So it just has the name. Now, if we come over here to, let's see, user profile, no, we have to log out. So if we log out here and then come over to the register, you see, we can already click on a name and update the user. We built this out a while back. Now it doesn't have all the fields here, it just has name, email, and favorite color. We've added some since then, password, for instance, username, stuff like that. So we'll have to modify this a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that first. So first, let's head back over here and log back in. Well, actually, let me click on this register page and then let me open this in another window and then log in. So now we have name, username, user ID, email, favorite color, and date joined. We don't need this date join thing, but we probably want the username at least to work when we click here and update a user. So let's add that real quick. So let's head back over to our code and let's find our update user functions, probably way down here somewhere. Now let me just search for update. Okay, so here's our function to update the user. And you can see right now we just have email, name and email, and favorite color. So we need to add here name to update dot username and set that equal to request dot form and then username. And you'll notice we're using the user form. So let's find that and make sure that looks okay. Okay, so here's our class user form. It has the name, it has the username, email, favorite color, and it also has password hash stuff. We'll talk about passwords a little bit later. We're gonna have to do that separately because it's a whole thing. But you can see we have this username, so we're gonna wanna use that. So let's head back over to our update page here. Here it is. And we've added this username. Let's go to the template file itself where we can update our user, and that's this update.html. Now let's add in that username field. So let's see, let's come down here. Where do we want to put this? Probably right under the name. So let me just copy this name guy and we'll paste it in again. But instead of form.name, this is going to be form.username. Same thing here, form.username and name to update.username. So let's go ahead and save this, head back over to the website, make sure that looks okay. But before we do that, if you like this video and want to see more like it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out Codemy.com where I have dozens of courses with hundreds of videos that teach you to code. Use coupon code YouTube1 to get $30 off membership with all my courses, videos, and books for one-time fee at just $49, which is insanely cheap. All right, end of commercial. Refresh this page. Okay, now we have that username and it's already on there. So, okay, so this looks good. So we've got this that we can update and that's fine. Now let's head over here and look at our dashboard. Maybe we just want to link to that page on our dashboard. Maybe we don't want the whole form. So let's do that first. So let's head over to our add user page. And down here, there should be a link to update. There it is. So let me just copy this whole thing and then bring it back to our dashboard page. And let's come down here to where we have our log out button. And if we look at our dashboard again, we've got this log out button. So right next to the log out button, let's put this other link. We're going to update it. We're going to have to change this, but let's say update profile. And inside of here, we're going to need to give this a class of btn-secondary. And then btn-small to make it small. Now, this doesn't work, ruser.id. So for here, we need to use current user. So let's go current_user.id, and that should work. So now, if we head back over to the site and refresh our dashboard, we see this update profile. We can click it, it goes to there, we're good to go. So, okay, that looks good. But now notice we also have this delete button on our update user. Maybe we want to add that right here too, so we can delete a profile. So we can do that. Let's head back over to that update page and let's just come down here and grab this link. So we can bring that back to the dashboard and pop it in right there. And let's also give this a btn-sm. And here, delete ID equals ID. That probably won't work. Let's try it and see though. Yeah, so it doesn't know what ID is. So again, we have to modify that to current underscore user dot ID. And there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and save that. Head back over here. Refresh. Okay, so now if we hover over there, we see delete 1. Our user ID is 1, so that looks good. And here, update 1. Our user ID is 1. Again, that looks good. So, okay, that looks good. So now what if we want to add a form underneath here? Instead of having to click this button and go to this page and fill out this form, maybe we just want this whole form right here on the page itself. So maybe you want that, maybe you don't. We're going to go ahead and add it. So first, let's add a card here just to be super fun here. So let's come up here to the top of our dashboard, find that card stuff. There it is. And we want the card body. And let's come down here below here. And let's just type in test and save this. Come back over here, hit reload. Okay, so we know that's the spot where we want this. So instead of test, I'm gonna put a line break here and let's paste this in. And then let's close this div. And instead of current username here, let's put update profile. All right, so let's go ahead and save this, head back over here, take a look at this. Okay, so that looks good. Now, when we click here and go to this update page, we just want this form to appear here. So let's grab that form. So let's go to our update.html page, and you can see right here is the form. So I'm just gonna grab this whole thing. And let's come back over here to our dashboard. And in our card body, I'm gonna paste this in. Now, if we save this and come back here, this is probably not gonna work. This is gonna throw an error. Yeah, so we've got all kinds of new stuff that we're not accounting for. So if we head back over here, like this, you can see form stuff. We don't know what the form is. All these variables, name to update. We don't know what any of that stuff is. We have to do that from the class itself. And if we look at our dashboard function, there's nothing in it. So you'll see, if we look at our dashboard, it's already got the methods of get and post in there. So we should be good there. Now let's head back over to our update section and let's just grab all of this stuff and kind of just paste it into our dashboard section. So come back down here to the dashboard and inside of here, boom, paste this in. Now we're gonna have to modify a lot of this. So first off, let's look at the returns. They're returning update.html. This needs to be dashboard.html. And again here, dashboard.html. And again right here, dashboard.html. And now name to update, this ID. We don't have an ID because here we're not passing in anything into our dashboard page itself. If you remember back in our update page, we passed in this integer that had the user ID. Well, we're not doing that with the dashboard. So we have to sort of designate what that's going to be manually. So we can do that. Let's just come right here and let's go ID equals, and let's just set this to current underscore user dot ID, right? So that should work there. We've got name, email, favorite color, and username. Passing in all the stuff. Okay, that looks good. That might work. So let's head back over here and hit reload. And when we do, boom, we've got our form. Now we've got this delete button here twice. Probably want to get rid of that. Let's head over to our dashboard page, come down here and just take this out. Save this, head back over here, hit reload. That looks good. Got this submit button. It looks a little bit bigger, is it? Yeah, here, let's give this a btn-small. What happens when you copy and paste things? There we go. So that sort of matches these and we're good to go. So like I said, passwords, we don't have the password here. That's a whole other thing. We'll have to talk about that some other time. But for now, this is looking pretty good. So we've got it to where you can update your profile like this, or you could just update it right here. And let's test this out. Let's go John Elder. Let's go ahead and click submit. Uh-oh, ID is undefined. So we've got a problem. Let's head back over here and look. Our form is pointing to some other place. So let's get that. Let's change this to dashboard. Okay, so that looks better. All right, let's come back here, hit reload. All right, so let's change this to John Elderson, right? And click submit. User updated successfully. There it is. Let's log out and log back in just to make sure. So password 123. And now it says John Elderson here. Very cool. We can change it back to John Elder, submit. User updated successfully. All right, looking pretty good. And that's all there is to it. So that's all for this video. If you liked it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out Codemy.com where you can use coupon code YouTube1 to get $30 off memberships. They pay just $49 to access all my courses, over 47 courses, hundreds of videos, and the PDFs of all my best-selling coding books. Join over 150,000 students learning to code just like you. My name is John Elder from Codemy.com, and I'll see you in the next video.